CSU and UC campuses are considering the first tuition hike in years. The NBA All-Star festivities are underway in New Orleans, and Saturday Night Live continues their presidential impersonations.
This is Valley View News.
Welcome to Valley View News. I'm Susanna Guzman.
And I'm Ashley LaRue.
Protests continued throughout the week over construction of the Keystone XL and Dakota Access pipelines. Opponents say they will poison water. It will only provide around 400 jobs after construction is concluded, and the Dakota Access pipeline will abolish sacred indigenous lands. Proponents say they will create thousands of jobs and reduce America's dependence on foreign fuel. Reporter Cheyenne Conaway has the story.
Southern California residents were joined by American Indian tribes from all over the United States. They marched in solidarity against the Keystone XL and Dakota Access pipelines. The protest started at Pershing Square in downtown LA and was about a 1.5-mile walk. With over 1,500 people in attendance, it was the biggest anti-pipelines protest in Los Angeles to date. The marchers were protesting President Trump's executive orders that overturned Obama's halt on construction on both pipelines. Lance Brown Eyes is from the Pine Ridge, South Dakota reservation, and the Keystone pipeline will run right above his reservation and through the Lakota Aquifer.
We're telling Trump, please respect Obama's decision, respect our fight, that we stopped it, don't reenact it, and no more pipelines in general. We traveled to Washington, D.C., we all bled, and it was a long fight to get the Keystone dead, and we thought it was dead.
Marchers say the pipelines remind the natives of their long struggles against injustice.
What's happening in Standing Rock is a continuation of the genocide of the Native American people, and we have to say no. We have to turn this resistance into mass refusal.
Rally organizers say the pipelines would threaten the drinking water to more than 15 million people and destroy sacred indigenous lands. Emma Robbins is from the Navajo Nation and traveled from Arizona.
I've seen firsthand how the environment and the earth can be destroyed and how it affects people and how effed up it is and how it needs to be shut down.
The rally ended with a prayer in front of the Edward Roybal Federal Building in downtown Los Angeles. Officials are saying the protest was peaceful and there were no arrests, and organizers are saying that they plan on having more protests in the future. I'm Cheyenne Conaway in downtown Los Angeles for Valley View News.
Heavy rainfall in Northern California has caused the Oroville Dam to overflow. Water began washing into the dam's emergency spillway, but that and the primary spillway are both eroding. As of last Monday, officials feared the dam could be breached and that a 30-foot wall of water could flood cities in the area below. This prompted the evacuation of nearly 200,000 people. California Governor Jerry Brown has issued a state emergency.
Thousands of anti-choice demonstrators protested outside Planned Parenthood clinics last weekend. The rallies took place at more than 200 clinics in 45 states. The protesters say that they don't want government money to go to a clinic that offers abortions.
Babies are being murdered in that building and in many buildings like that.
But one pro-life supporter of Planned Parenthood defended the organization.
Not all women have access to the health care that they need, and Planned Parenthood allows for that.
Planned Parenthood says abortions account for only 3% of its services and that most women go for contraception testing and treatment of STDs. Both sides say they will continue their demonstrations.
Many Los Angeles voters will be electing new school board members next month. Education experts say the election is shaping up to be a referendum on charter schools. Outside groups have already pumped nearly $3 million into the campaign. More than 2/3 of that money comes from pro-charter school groups. The LA Unified School District is also facing rising benefit costs, falling enrollment, and student achievement gaps.
The UCs are raising their cost of tuition, and the Cal States may be doing the same. Valley View's Yael Allen has more on the story.
California State University's Board of Trustees voted on the possibility of raising tuition or focusing more on graduation rates. Governor Brown's recent budget proposal may leave CSUs short of funding, and administrators are trying to make up for their loss of resources. CSUN's Associated Student President, Sevag Alexanian, gives us his perspective on why CSUs feel an increase may be necessary.
At the end of the day, it's really a matter of the necessary resources that we need, because as a university system, as the CSU, you could take a look at the numbers. We've been defunded ever since the recession came in about. Since that time, I mean, everyone was struggling, but since then, we really haven't been able to receive the same level of funding that we had in the past.
The 23-campus school system hasn't seen an increase in tuition since 2011, and students have been very vocal about their opposition.
I know a lot of people are not going to be able to pay because of they're paying their bills and other things. Some people are not even qualified to get financial aid, so that might be a problem for some people.
Financial aid will probably stay the same, and the cost will keep rising.
It's already a lot to begin with, so raising it would be very good for anybody.
Associated Students wants students to be aware of the possible increase. Banners with the hashtags like CSUN Wake Up and Stop the Hike have been posted around campus. Alexanian urges students to get involved and stay informed.
So the best thing I could ask is whenever you'll see an opportunity to get involved, an opportunity to get informed, fight against this tuition increase, to take that opportunity, because at the end of the day, this is going to be affecting each and every one of us, and every little bit helps.
CSU administrators say most undergraduate students won't be affected by the increase. Officials say students already receiving financial aid will have the fees covered by their grants and waivers. The Board of Trustees is expected to make an official vote in March. This is Yael Allen in Northridge for Valley View News.
After a series of immigration raids in Southern California, Noticias Telemundo is offering legal advice to its audience. At a televised town hall, a panelist said every person, legal or not, has the right to remain silent if an immigration official knocks on their door. The panelist also responded to immigration-related questions about President Trump's executive order. Immigration officials say many of those detained in recent ICE raids were convicted felons or had multiple misdemeanors.
A Canadian school district cancels all field trips to the U.S. because of Trump's travel ban. The Essex district has 35,000 students who will not visit nearby Detroit for now. Some of the students have dual Canadian citizenship, and others have passports from foreign countries. A school board spokesperson says the district will wait until the end of the month to reevaluate the situation.
White House advisor Stephen Miller says the White House is not giving up on its plan to ban immigration from Muslim-majority countries.
We are contemplating new and additional actions to ensure that our immigration system does not become a vehicle for admitting people into our country who are hostile to this nation and its values.
Miller says the Ninth Circuit Court ruling suspending the ban is judicial abuse of power, and the president's need to protect the country should be beyond question. The ban caused chaos at airports across the country while it was in effect. Miller says the White House may continue to fight for the ban in court, or Trump could sign a new executive order.
When we come back, we will be talking about street safety in Los Angeles
and the NBA All-Star Weekend.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning?
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you get stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me.
Okay, but remember, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Hey there, Mrs. Carter. You can earn over 10% on your money if you deposit your savings into our investment program.
Lucky sweepstakes winner.
Mrs.
Just
Carter,
enter your contact information and your winnings will
Grandma, it's me. Please help me. I'm stuck in Ohio and my wallet was stolen. Please send me some money so I can get home.
Millions of people, especially seniors, are targeted every day by an array of fraudulent scams through online technology. Please be aware.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He knows he's a pretty big deal. How could you not love him?
The city of Los Angeles has a new program to reduce traffic fatalities. Valley View reporter Julia Espinoza has more on the story.
The LA Department of Transportation has pinpointed the city's most dangerous streets in an effort to reduce traffic deaths by 20% this year. The department is calling its initiative Vision Zero. It found that 65% of all traffic-related deaths and severe injuries occur on just 6% of our city streets.
Every 40 hours, at least one person is killed. That is a total of 260 people per year, making Los Angeles one of the deadliest cities in traffic death accidents.
Devonshire and Reseda Boulevard is the most dangerous intersection in the San Fernando Valley. Devonshire police officer Fidencio Pina says drivers are not following the rules.
The number one cause of accidents would be the speed, and it's also like at intersections where I'm making a left turn and I fail to yield to the vehicles. I make a left in front of a vehicle, and that's where the accidents happen.
This Jiffy Lube sits in the corner of Devonshire and Reseda. An employee, Efra Lunatis, said he's seen a number of accidents involving the nearby McDonald's.
Get people getting out of McDonald's and like the exits right here, and they just end up crashing with people that are coming from the other direction.
To help make streets safer, the city has implemented road changes for both bicyclists and drivers. Bicycle signals have been added to crosswalks, and physical barriers have been added, giving bicyclists a protected sidewalk that prevents drivers from dangerously passing them on the right. Russell Hasten is an engineering official at the Department of Transportation. He says crashes and collisions are preventable, and he is optimistic about the future.
Vision Zero, the campaign to reduce fatalities by 2025 to zero, is about changing people's behaviors, having people be more responsible, more attentive, and follow all of the traffic laws that are out there.
This accident occurred on Lindley and Nordhoff while we were shooting. One of the cars crossed into the other. Fortunately, no one was seriously injured. Vision Zero asked the public to join the dialogue on street safety and take action by making safe behavior a part of their everyday routine. In Los Angeles, Julia Espinoza, Valley View News.
Tax season is already in full effect. The CSUN Vita Clinic here on campus is ready to help.
Valley View reporter Nick Torres has more on the story.
Today with me, I have Eileen Gonzalez, the student assistant at the CSUN Vita Clinic. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Can you tell me what the Vita Clinic is and what type of services you guys provide?
Yes. VITA stands for Volunteer Income Tax Assistance, and it is students who are professionally trained how to prepare taxes. They go ahead and learn how to use a tax layer program, which is what is used to help people in the community. As long as they're making $54,000 or less, we can assist them in preparing their tax filing.
Okay. How important is it for economic students and business students to get that real hands-on experience before graduating?
Extremely important. When you're able to help someone in the community and you are able to see the difference and the impact that you can do in assisting them for free, and the gratitude in their faces is priceless. You can't get that kind of education in the classroom.
Is there an instance where you've encountered where you've witnessed that type of appreciation for the services you guys do?
Yes. Last week at the Silmar Library where I volunteer, there was a family of 4 who was happening to go to the library, and they found out that we were preparing taxes for free. And so they went and got all of their documents, such as their Social Security card, their W-2 forms, their 1095 forms, which show what their health insurance was for the year. And they returned, and we prepared the return for them, and they were extremely grateful at the fact that they didn't have to pay $150 to $300 to be able to file their return.
How important is it for you guys to help the low-income residents and students who can't necessarily afford to pay a tax preparation fee, which can be upwards to $150?
It's extremely important because not only are you providing a service to the community, but you're also learning, because when you prepare a return, it gets reviewed 3 times by the time the person who is a taxpayer signs the return. It has been reviewed and it's pretty accurate. You learn as you're preparing returns. To help the community is priceless. You can't put a price on providing a service. The gratitude in the face of the people we assist, that in itself is priceless as well.
I understand CSUN is not the only location you guys have.
No, it's not. As a matter of fact, we have locations in Las Palmas, which is in the city of San Fernando, Silmar, Pacoima, Van Nuys, Canoga Park, where else? North Hills, and that's about it. The San Fernando Library as well.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us today, Eileen. Thank you.
Thank you.
For more information on how to book an appointment, please search the Vita Clinic on the CSUN website. The biggest IKEA in the country is now open in Burbank. The new store is equipped with 10,000 items, 50 inspirational room settings, 1,700 parking spots, and a 600-seat restaurant. The original Burbank IKEA opened 26 years ago in 1990, and the new store is twice as big. The new store will generate even more property tax revenue for the city of Burbank and local schools.
Now for sports, here's Eric Scalar.
It's customary for the winners in each major professional sport to visit the White House after their championship victory. However, this year, much is being made about some New England Patriots who say they will skip their chance to meet President Trump. Patriots owner Robert Kraft, a friend of the president, is supporting his players' right to choose. Tight end Martellus Bennett and running back LeGarrette Blount cite their political views as their reason for wanting to skip the trip. However, Kraft says not all of the players are skipping for political reasons. He also says this is not the first time some players have opted out of the trip, but this is the first time it is getting any media attention. Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook are teammates again, but just for one game, Sunday's All-Star game. The former teammates were involved in heated moments during Durant's return to Oklahoma City last weekend. The reigning champion Cavaliers will be represented by their three All-Stars, LeBron, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Love. Saturday's events are the Skills Challenge, the three-point shootout, and the dunk contest. In the Skills Challenge, the All-Star Smalls, Isaiah Thomas, John Wall, and Gordon Hayward will compete against the All-Star Bigs, DeMarcus Cousins, and New Orleans' Anthony Davis. Los Angeles Lakers guard Nick Young will look to win the three-point shootout. Young is the first Laker in the competition since Byron Scott in 1988. Young's toughest competitor is the three-time All-Star and reigning three-point champ, Klay Thompson. Other competitors include All-Stars Kyle Lowry, Kyrie Irving, and Kemba Walker. The night's main event is the Slam Dunk Contest. Runner-up in last year's contest, Aaron Gordon is looking for a win. Gordon is competing against Clipper DeAndre Jordan, Glenn Robinson III, and D-League dunk sensation Derrick Jones Jr. Several items of Kobe Bryant memorabilia were stolen from his high school in Philadelphia last week. The items were taken from a display case known to students as Kobe's Shrine outside the Lower Merion High School gym, appropriately named Bryant Gymnasium. Items stolen include a replica Lower Merion Bryant jersey, the 1996 Boys Basketball Division 4A State Championship trophy, and several pairs of Nike shoes signed by Kobe. Lower Merion Director of Community Relations and former high school teammate of Bryant, Doug Young, says the items don't hold much monetary value. However, he says they are important to the school because they represent some really great memories. Boys basketball head coach Greg Downer says he has been in contact with Bryant, but said Kobe is still trying to process everything. Lower Merion police are currently investigating the incident. CSUN's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu club offers a chance to learn a unique form of martial arts and self-defense. The club meets every Monday and Wednesday at Redwood Hall. Valley View's Jordan Williams has the story.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is a martial art focused on grappling and submissions. The objective is to submit and make your opponent quit through a number of chokeholds and arm and leg locks. Club Vice President Robert Zaragoza says there's a lot more to learn than just submissions.
One of the main things we learn out here in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is respect. Respect to others. There's a lot of discipline. A lot of people come here to get in shape.
Participants spend at least 1 hour in each class free rolling. Free rolling is when jiu-jitsu players go all out trying to submit and defeat each other. Similar to school, every day in Brazilian jiu-jitsu is a challenge. Club member Aaron Estrada says you'll get out just as much as you put in.
If you step onto the mat, you put in the work, you eat right, you train day in, day out, then you're going to get your hand raised because you put in the work. You can't get cheated out of that. You know what I mean? Just like with school, if you study hard, if you do everything you're supposed to do, you read the text, you do the extra work, you're going to get the grade.
Jiu-jitsu is obviously a very physical sport. Club president Daniel Goking thinks jiu-jitsu is not only a fun hobby, but a way to make new friends.
I love the fact that doing all this, even though it's definitely very close contact, you get to know people.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is not only great exercise, but teaches people self-defense.
You feel confident, you feel more at ease. You feel more like you could take the world on. Not necessarily like you're going to look for a fight, but like you learn to fight so you don't have to fight.
Students train here at Redwood Hall, and what they learn on the mat, like discipline, patience, and respect, they can take into the classroom and beyond. In Northridge, Jordan Williams for Valley View News.
Tiger Woods suffers yet another setback in his attempt to return from a back injury that sidelined him for 15 months. The 14-time major champion says he will not participate in his next 2 tournaments because of ongoing back pain. Woods competed in 3 tournaments after a hiatus of almost a year and a half. Most recently, Woods shot a 77 in the first round of the Dubai Desert Classic, only to withdraw due to injury after the round. Woods says his focus is on getting ready to play the Masters in April. Woods is currently the 674th ranked player in the world and has not won a PGA tournament since August 2013. That's all for sports. Now back to you.
When we come back, we will be talking about Chinese New Year
and Chance the Rapper at the Grammys.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Go, okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
I found them at work, on a desk, laying out in the open. Copied them, shared them on a website. Now I'm facing up to 3 years in jail. It's scary. Who knows where it's going? I mean, who's gonna hire me? Don't do it. It's not worth it.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course.
The County Department of Public Health is investigating the death of an LA Unified School District staff member. Southgate third grade teacher Ramona Gedney reportedly died of meningitis, which can be transmitted by direct contact with bodily secretions. The health department says it's working with the school district to make sure students and staff receive preventative antibiotics. Gedney's family members says she did not know she had meningitis and would not want to put the students in danger.
An LA County judge will soon decide if there is enough evidence to put 4 social workers on trial in connection with the death of a Palmdale boy. 8-year-old Gabriel Fernandez died in May 2013 after months of abuse and torture. His mother and her boyfriend are facing capital murder charges. The 4 social workers are charged with felony child abuse and falsifying public records. Prosecutors say the caseworkers ignored calls from the boy's teacher and evidence of abuse.
New Jersey becomes the first state to provide free cardboard bassinets in an effort to reduce infant mortality. The baby box is a portable low-tech bassinet made of laminated cardboard. Health officials say parents must put babies to sleep on their backs on a firm mattress in a bassinet or crib. The baby box program aims to distribute over 100,000 boxes to lower the number of infant deaths. In 2015, close to 4,000 babies died suddenly across the country.
Now for entertainment, here is Cynthia Marin.
Thank you, Ashley. Independent artist Chance the Rapper makes history at the 59th Annual Grammy Awards. Chance became the first artist to win a Grammy without selling physical copies of his music.
I want to thank God for my team. I know people think that independence means you do it by yourself, but independence means freedom. I do it with these folks right here. Glory be to God. I claim the victory in the name of the Lord. Let's go!
His winning album, Coloring Book, was released for free on Apple Music, Spotify, and SoundCloud. The Chicago native won Best New Artist, Best Rap Album, and Best Rap Performance. Billboard reports Chance's album generated 38,000 equivalent album units through streaming. Music icons will fill out the list of star-studded performances at this year's Oscars. Justin Timberlake, John Legend, Sting, and Lin-Manuel Miranda are scheduled to perform. The show producer said the performances will celebrate the nominated songs as well as the integral part music plays in movies. The star of the animated movie Moana, Auli'i Cravalho, will perform her nominated song How Far I'll Go alongside Miranda. The Oscars air on ABC TV on Sunday, February 26. Prince's music is officially back on streaming services. In 2015, Prince pulled a majority of his music from Spotify, Apple Music, and other such services. His music returned this past Sunday to most streaming services. Warner Brothers CEO and chairman Cameron Strang said in a statement that they are aware of the responsibility to safeguard Prince's music. Warner Brothers is planning to release a remastered edition of Purple Rain, along with 2 unreleased albums by Prince in June of this year. SNL continued its parody of the Trump administration. Last week, Alec Baldwin once again appeared as President Donald Trump, and actress Melissa McCarthy appeared as the White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer.
There was some light terrorism this week when Nordstrom's decided to stop selling Ivanka Trump's line of clothing and accessories.
Fans are now requesting that Rosie O'Donnell go on the show as Chief White House Strategist Steve Bannon. The longtime voice of NBC's primetime Olympics, Bob Costas, announces he is leaving after 25 years of reporting. Costa says he felt it was the right time to go and sees it as a transition. He began his career covering the Olympics in 1992 and has been the host of 11 games. Former ESPN sportscaster Mike Tirico will be replacing Costas. He is set to make his debut as the host of the Winter Olympics next year. The Lego Batman movie topped the box office in its opening weekend. Lego Batman took in nearly $56 million.
There is no us. Hey, computer, I'm home, I'm home, I'm home.
It finished ahead of 50 Shades Darker, but this Lego Batman movie finished behind the 2014 film The Lego Movie. The new releases this weekend, The Great Wall, A Cure for Wellness, and Fist Fight, could challenge Lego Batman for the top spot at the box office. That is all for entertainment. Back to you.
Chinatown celebrated the Chinese New Year. Reporter Leo Ibarra has more on the story.
The 118th annual Golden Dragon Parade was hosted by the Chinese Chamber of Commerce. The parade featured floats, Happy New Year, marching bands, government officials, cultural groups, and Angelenos of all ages. The parade promotes ethnic diversity, Chinese culture, and Chinese American business. Emily Yang summed the parade's meaning.
The joys and the happiness and New Year, the spirit of the Chinese New Year.
Thousands of people lined the parade route and joined the festivities. The mixed crowd enjoyed entertainment of different tastes. Unlike any other holidays, this one has been going on for weeks, and this year, the rooster being one of the main attractions.
Happy New Year!
This is the year of the rooster.
恭喜發財!
It represents fidelity and punctuality. The parade wound its way through Chinatown for about 2 hours. Reporting for Valley View News, I'm Leo Ibarra.
Thank you for watching Valley View News. I'm Susanna Guzman.
And I'm Ashley LaRue.